Hey friend, thank you for joining me today. My name is Tracy and I'm going to show you how to use the spaghetti attachment and the fettuccine attachment for your Anchor Shroom mixer to make homemade pasta in your kitchen. Let's get started. To make the pasta, I'm going to be using kamut. This is kamut pasta. I wanted to show you the difference between the kamut and the what I would use for bread, which is hard white or hard red wheat. This is a combination that I just scooped together. So you can see the difference in the actual grain and how it looks. The kamut has a longer grain. Okay, we're gonna mill this very quickly so we can get started making our pasta dough. Alright, my recipe says I need 3.5 cups of kamut. I milled 2 cups and this is giving me really right at 3.5 cups. So I'm just going to go ahead and mill just a little bit more flour. Okay, now I'm getting ready to make my, my pasta dough. I'm going to add 2 eggs. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil. This I've already got pre-measured out. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. And while this is mixing, I am going to go ahead and add in my flour. It says 3.5 cups, and then I will add in my 1/2 cup of room temp water. So I'm going to go ahead and measure my 3.5 cups of the freshly milled kamut. And isn't that a pretty color? To me it looks more golden. Alright, I'm going to do 1. And I'll add in the water in just a minute. There's 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add a little bit of the water. Three and a half. And you can see I have some spare flour for dusting. Go ahead and add in the rest of my water. And if I need to, I'll add in extra. This is going to be a little bit drier consistency than you would have if you were making bread dough. Let's stop and scrape this down for just a minute. Come over there. Definitely a little too dry. I added some more water. I'm going to add a little bit more. This is something that I'm still learning. Okay, so that's been 2 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of the consistency right now. I think I'm going to add just a tad bit more water. See how that looks. The recipe says you want walnut size pieces after it's mixed. This looks better. You don't want it too tough, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off there. You don't want tough pasta, so we're just gonna go with it like it is right here. Added a little bit more water than the recipe called for, but that's okay. Okay, I am back. I had to pause for just a minute. I had to go pick my son up from football practice. And so what I did while I was away, I put this in the refrigerator and I put saran wrap over it and just left it. And then I've since come home and I've got this ready to roll out. I've got my water boiling in the background. You can see that. I've got meat already prepared, so I can go ahead and get that in the sauce in just a minute. We're gonna have spaghetti for lunch today. I'm actually on summer break with my kids. I'll go back to work in just a few days. So I'm taking advantage of this time to learn how to use my new tools, and then I'm gonna figure out the best way to incorporate those into busy working mom schedule so I can hopefully still do this even once we go back to work. Okay, so I've got these rolled out, ready to go. Not an expert here in this. I've only done it one time. So if you see something that I do that I could do better, I welcome your tips. All right, I'm gonna turn this on. I think I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. It seemed fast a while ago. But the instructions do say medium. All right, so I've got my water boiling, and as soon as I get this rolled out, I'll get this in the water, and it should only need to boil for about 2 to 3 minutes. And I do not have a pasta rack, so I've got to figure out the best way to keep this so when I get ready to put it in the water, the best way to do this. I feel like it's a bit dry, like I should have added some more water, and I could let this just fall. I've done that before, but I've got a lot. I feel like that my pasta is a little bit dry, but I know it'll be fine once it I know it'll be fine once it gets in the water bath. So easy. I was really nervous about this. Just so you know, I had to research it and read my recipe over and over again. I want it to be right. Filling is no fun. So maybe a bit fat. That's quite thin enough. One thing when I'm unsure of how to do something, I get paranoid and I delay doing it because I don't want to mess up. If you're the same way, let me know. Really makes a lot of spaghetti, this recipe. I don't think I'm going to need all of this. Probably. I think I'm going to put this in the water and then see how much I have, and if I need to make a little bit more, I can. All right, we'll jump over to the stove. I dipped me out a little bit of spaghetti, and I'm going to put it, we like fresh Parmesan on our pasta. So I've got this ready to go. Not sure if you can see it. There's that. And now I'm gonna try it. Okay, so I'm about ready to serve lunch to the family. I just took out of the oven a piece of garlic bread, that I toasted. This is a half of a French bread loaf that I've cut down the middle and actually cut it in half because my husband's not home yet. He'll eat lunch in a bit. I've got some more I'll toast for him, but we'll divide this up. I've got another one I can toast if I need it, and this has butter and garlic on it. It's been toasted. And then I have the freshly milled wheat pasta that I just showed you. So we're having freshly milled wheat pasta, we're having bread on the side. I can put a salad or vegetables with this if I want to. I'll certainly offer a salad. I've got stuff to do that. One thing that's nice in knowing that I'm feeding my family this type of grain is that they're getting the vitamins, a lot of the same vitamins that they're going to get from vegetables, they're getting that in this grain. So, you know, even if they don't want a side of peas or green beans or whatever, I'm still getting them plenty of nutrition in this right here. So I don't feel terrible when they don't eat their vegetables. They don't really like them anyway. That's slowly changing. I'm gonna try this. Like I said, this is only the second time that I've made this. It's good. I tasted more Parmesan there than I did spaghetti. But yeah, this is just inexpensive store tomato sauce. I've tried making homemade tomato sauce before. I didn't like the way it turned out. That's very good. That's excellent. So this is what we're having for lunch today. I think I showed you, I put that other in the freezer, so I'll have that again. And this is definitely something that I want to continue to work on to improve and to feel more comfortable making, so that, and go ahead and have it prepped. Once I figure out the best way that works for me to do that, I'll certainly share that with you, because this is a great meal and it's definitely healthy, nutritious. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those below. If you don't mind giving me a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. In the YouTube world, those are important. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Hope you have a great day. Bye.